I'm allowed to poke fun at you at least once.
Yeah, quiet you.
Never.
Why are we stuck in fucking Skyrim? Must have been the wind.
I'm in danger.
Okay. But to be safe for nonetheless. So, I guess we can do our bit of roll call. When we get our roll call out of the way, we will get who's here, who's not. We will endeavor ourselves
I'm fucking
to
stupid.
play a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
I just noticed that I started the stream off on the wrong image.
Beautiful.
I'm
Beautiful.
fucking fantastic.
Beautiful.
Nice.
You would never guess that I had a fucking 100 followers by now. With how inept I am at
Oh,
this.
now you can do that weird Stream Raiders thing.
Oh yeah, please do Stream Raiders.
Oh jeez. What even is that?
Do
Basically,
Stream Raiders.
just literal. You got your captain who leads the charge, and your followers just units, and you just fight places and maps.
Riley, no, come back.
Yeah, there we go. Had some old chat on there.
Do it.
Riley had enough of your shit. though.
You know what? My dog should love me.
All right. So, we have, first off, we have Glowstick Dragonborn.
Ah, now I get it.
Oh, you're talking about me. Okay, never
Yes.
mind.
Well, Glowstick Dragonborn. Who else is a Glowstick Dragonborn?
Well, I'd assume Narum, but you know.
What?
Really?
Did I make a glow
Really?
stick? Did I?
Wait, what?
He didn't make a Glowstick, did he?
Here.
You laugh like a hyena.
Hey,
I
just
am
wait.
over
Just wait till
400 ping.
Just wait till I start laughing like a dolphin.
Oh jeez.
All right. And then after our little clusterfuck of a glowstick minion, we have Wade of the Drunken Fist.
Hey, how's it going?
We have Bagpipes,
Hi.
Scotland.
French Pipes,
Hello.
we have our beautiful, our only, our multiple brain-celled individual Volus.
Hello.
The big brain.
Wallace has big brain.
Apparently.
His big brain. He is the big brain.
All right.
We have 4 brain cells between us, and he has 3 of them.
5. It's 5. It's 5
Sorry.
and he has 4. Damn it. I expect your one
Then
shared brain cell to at
We
least remember
have
that.
our favorable captain.
Greetings and
The
salutations.
captain that doesn't do captaining.
No, the
She
captain
did
that actually
captain.
does do captaining
Ah,
stuff.
yes. The sea here is made out of sea.
And then last, but certainly not least, the one, the only, the Dragonborn who burns all food.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Come on, it was one
Instead of a
time!
dragonborn, he's a dragon burn.
Wow.
Don't
Okay.
Ah!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we're ready to go to kick off tonight's game, I believe we'll start off with the recap and get into tonight's session of Dungeons and Dragons.
As long as I get potatoes.
No promises.
Why potatoes?
Potatoes are
Because
good.
she believes she's Irish.
What?
Irish. Are you Irish?
It's a
lass?
common mistake among the community for people to think
As
like that.
our intrepid adventuring party last left off, finding themselves in port at a small pirate-run establishment of Point's Drop. After some discussion and meetings with beings of a higher nature, and certainly greater power, so making certain deals and certain trepidations, The party leaving the port after making a slight deal with almost a unneeded amount of, shall we say, problems in tow. As our party grabbed on a special cargo from an Empire of Ming ship that had recently docked with severe damage. After disembarking the port and continuing on their journey to drop off the cargo at the far-off port of Port Ivy on the GER coast, the ship ran into a large fog cloud. After attempting to sail around it, and the fog dissipating and then following them, being another ship not bearing any colors representing some faction of pirates, but some semblance of almost otherworldliness as the best figure from our players. As the ships collided, or nearly did so at least, the other ship seemingly to stop and almost age rapidly, the crew aboard falling almost dead at their feet, leaving a black ichor drooling from their corpses as if replacing their blood. As the ships were tethered together, Zorn, Volus, and our intrepid bagpiper Rowan finding themselves aboard the ship and finding down into the deeper billet of this ship. The amount of fog obscuring the inside and outside of this ship as they made their way in, after hearing a rapid of almost clattering armor coming towards them down the hall. They find themselves face to face with almost a humanoid creature with pale ashen skin that looked well preserved and almost undead, in a full suit of plate armor with a pale blue gem right in the center. After a few moments of cautious consideration, the creature advancing and the gem in its chest forming into this almost greenish black corrupted state. You see as the creature before you soon had his jaw or its jaw jutting out from underneath, multiple rows of spiked teeth about 4 to 5 inches long, as the body itself just seemed to convolute and become bulbous underneath the armor as the armor would buffer out, creating almost this pool of this bile coming from underneath the armor. As the creature released a hearty, almost battle cry. I believe we'll pick up there. And I would like Zoram, Volus, and Rowan to all please.
Okay. $17 for initiative.
Oof. Don't sound too excited over there, Volus.
No, I was yawning at the same time
Don't sound too excited.
because I have gotten lack of sleep.
Well, then after this, go sleep.
22.
22. All right. So,
13.
all right. So I believe topping it off, we have I believe it's Zoram with 22, correct?
Mm-hmm.
22. Then after that, we have 20 to 15 falling in that range. I believe would be Volus. What'd you get?
17.
And then holding up the rear, we have Rowan. Rowan, what'd you get?
13.
13. All right. So as the creature let out this horrible gurgling sound from its throat as the teeth jutting out, almost spraying this almost film around you. Taking up the first round in the initiative, we do have Zorm. Zorm, what do you want to do? This creature is currently in front of you with a sound as the teeth are currently just burying at you.
Is it kind of obvious that this is like undead?
It might be. You have no idea. It might look undead.
You know what? Since it obviously would be at full health now, I'm going to just double check something here, but I'm going to try and attempt a cure wounds on it. Because I believe...
All right. So you run up and you go for make a melee spell attack. As you run up and...
I'm just assuming that it'd just be me using spell mold.
You can certainly assume.
Like my
DMs love it when you assume.
Like I'm just asking for reference. Like, is it like my spell attack bonus or?
Yes, spell attack bonus. That's what a spell melee attack is. Or when I ask you to do a spell attack, you are using your spell attack bonus.
Okay, so +6. That is a 16.
16. Your hand comes out and touches onto the side. The glowing, almost holy energy sends into him, and you watch as this creature has a bright glowing spot from where your hand touches him along the left part of his side. And as you do, it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
You healed the creature for 1 HP.
No.
You do have a bonus action, though. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
That's my bonus action. Just give me a quick moment. I'm not sure if I do this with a bonus action, but I'm going to attempt to pass over the bottle of the potion I made to trying to remember who this is, to Volus.
That would to pull it out and hand it to him. That would be considered an action.
Okay.
Considering you are now within melee range of this creature, I would say that wouldn't be a bonus action, and that would be stretching it.
Okay.
So I would say you couldn't do that at the moment.
Okay.
But you do have your movement if you want to move around. You do if you want to do anything like that.
I'll just back up then. I'll try and just back up and get away from him because I'm not that tanky.
All right, so you're going to back up.
Yeah.
All right, so as you back up, does not make a opportunity attack on you because you are still within its melee range.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then after that, we then have our intrepid Volus. Volus, what would you like to do? As you currently see as Zoram encroaches on this creature, releases his spell that just bursts into the side of it, has no effect.
Well, seeing as healing doesn't work, let's try something else. And I'ma do Frostbolt right at its gem. Or Firebolt, my bad, not Frostbolt. Firebolt.
Okay, go ahead, roll for your attack.
I should have imposed disadvantage to it.
22. It's not a crit. Let's roll damage. 7. If it does hit.
All right, so as you pull back and release the spell, it does hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
It's a 7.
So, as you pull back and release the spell, you watch as the bolt of red bead just enters into the gem, detonates, and it just seems to leave a scorch mark on the armor. The gem seems unaffected.
Hmm.
But you did do 7 damage to it.
Right.
Looks like you might have tickled him.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
All right, so then after that, we have the creature. So, Zoram, as you back away from it, you watch as Volus reaches out and detonates his spell into the chest of this creature. Then the creature, bringing this large, almost cleaver-like greatsword over its head, it scrapes through the upper portions of the hall, almost cutting through the upper portions. And it comes down. He's going to try and attack you, Volus, since you did attack him first. That is a 16 to hit.
Let me check my armor. It's even. I have 16 as well. Oh god.
All right, so that does hit. All right. So, as he brings the sword down and across, it cleaves across your front. You take 10 points of slashing damage as it comes down and across through the decking, and it just sears through your armor.
Oh well, shit. I am almost dead. Sorry.
I apologize. I'm back.
Out of all my HP, it kind of killed 90% of it. So yeah.
No, how much damage did it do?
10.
Oh boy. No bueno.
All right. So, as the creature stays there, its blade now currently embedded in the deck as it's lifting it out with pretty much no effort. It's as it detaches from the decking in the ship. After that, that will end its turn to Rowan. Rowan, what would you like to do?
Upon seeing, this display of force, he slowly backs away, bringing out a few pieces of tinder and lighting them on fire if possible.
Sure, you could do that. You back away, you pull out a few from your tinder box, you start pulling it out and start lighting it. All right.
Just create a small flame, and using the iron from one of my blades to cast heat metal on his armor.
Okay, so as you pull out the tinder and you start lighting it, you try and grab it. Say that would be a bonus action, just grab it out. It's not really considered anything. So you take that out, you start the fire, and then you use the blade from your sword?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you cast it, I believe it is a Constitution saving throw on his part?
Well, the first take, I believe, it just goes straight through. It doesn't say anything about a saving throw. Choose a manufactured object, such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium armor, metal armor. You can see within range. You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. Until the spell ends, you can use bonus action on your subject. Alright. I don't have 2d8s in real life, so I'll just roll them here.
I could roll for you.
You can use the Dice Maiden. If you go to no mic, you can use the Dice Maiden.
I'll just roll on Tabletop Simulator.
Alright.
Right. Wait, why no roll? Hold on. Okay, the friction scuffed. Give me a second. How do I use the Dice Maiden?
Alright, go to the Discord, go to no mic, and then you can use, I believe it should be, exclamation point, roll, 1d6, 2d6, 2d8, that sort of thing.
Alright. 9 then.
9, alright. Okay, so as you pull out the flame and you put the blade through it, you watch as the embers almost form into this red mist that cascades forward. As it coats the front side of the armor on this creature, you watch as it starts glowing red hot. Creature doesn't seem to care about it.
Oh, and it.
Smell the burning of flesh and something that doesn't smell like it should be burning, and it immediately almost makes you gag.
Right, there
It-
is a saving throw, but only if it can like drop the weapon or object, which
Did you
I don't
cast
believe
it
it
on
can.
the? Did you cast it on the weapon or on the armor? That's the
The
only
armor,
thing I need
on
to
the
ask.
armor.
Perfect. Okay, that's sorted. So after that, we then have back to the top. Zoram. Zoram, what would you like to do? Is you now see the armor is currently glowing red hot on the front of this creature who is almost uncaring, pulling almost great sword like cleaver out of the decking. Creature.
I'm going to use, I guess since this is the only cantrip I have that does damage, Frostbite.
Okay, frostbite. I believe that is a Constitution save throw or a Dex save.
That is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that is a 10.
Just double checking my character sheet here.
Unless you have a minus
No.
to your casting ability, it's gonna fail on a 10.
Yeah, it fails. And it takes 1d6 frost damage, along with it now has disadvantage with weapon attacks.
Good enough.
So let me just pull out a d6 here. Yeah,
Oh,
gotta pull out the Monopoly dice.
I don't care if they're Monopoly dice, just roll them.
That's 5 damage.
All right, so
I'm not sure
as
if I
you
add
release this ray of cold, you watch as from your fingertips, almost like a cascade of snowflakes, just bursts out, and as it touches into the spot on the armor, you watch as it turns into a burst of steam, and you see as it's colliding with the heated metal, the heat just slightly dies and then flares again. And that was 5 points of damage, you said, correct?
Yeah. I don't know if I add anything to that, so it's just I'm putting just straight.
No, since it's the cantrip, you don't.
Okay, yeah, then it's just 5.
Okay, so as you release it and it heats and immediately turns to steam, we then have Volus. Volus, what are you doing as you see this creature still uncaring from all the damage it's taking? It still looks like it's going strong.
Let's see. Since we're damaging a lot, but it still looks like it doesn't give a shit. I want to say I back away, but I know if I do, I'm gonna get attacked again. So let me just see what my spell listings I have that can probably work with this.
Come on, we got to keep it going quick.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Screw it. Another firebolt.
Firebolt, go ahead and make it.
Hey, I critted 23.
23, okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Out of the damage, I got, ironically, 9 damage. So
And that would be a
18.
D8, correct? From your D8?
I have a D10 for my
Oh,
firebolt.
D10. All right. So as you release it again, you watch as the firebolt arcs out from your finger and splashes into another part of the armor, heating that portion as well. But instead of staying hot, you watch as it just scars the armor. The creature is starting to look hurt. Like the armor is starting to slightly slag away. And it's definitely starting to look hurt from all the burn marks on its chest as the armor slowly melts. It definitely looks like it's taking some damage.
Hooray, I got a critical for our first real fight.
Okay, so then after that with Volus, back to the creature. So as the creature then detaches its blade out from the decking below, he goes ahead and he makes another swinging attack. And you watch as this one's coming across from left to right as the heavy blade. He's wielding this with one arm. And as it comes through, it crashes into the other side of the wall. But you're just in the way. So this is actually going to be an attack on Zoram. Zoram, that is it's a 23 to hit.
And that was with disadvantage, but yeah, it hits.
Disadvantage is still a 23, 215.
Okay, that definitely hits.
You take 9 points of slashing damage as this huge cleaver-like sword just carves through. It slices through your armor and robes and then embeds itself into the wall with a loud and you see as the wall buckles inward. Now, after the creature does that, we then have back to Rowan. You can see as the armor's currently slagging off the front of it and slowly drooling off from the heated metal. What would you like to do?
Does the axe stay embedded in the wood upon swinging?
It's embedded, but you've seen the strength of this creature. You've seen it just completely pull itself out from previous encounter or previous engagement.
All right. Just after he swings, Rowan would walk between his two companions, attempting to cast puppets onto the creature before him, like just right behind them.
All right, so as you do so, when you cast the spell, it has no effect. It has no effect.
All right. Well, I think that concludes my turn. Oh wait, and heat metal as my bonus action is another 2d8 fire damage.
Yep, go for it.
That is 8 damage.
All right, 8 damage. You watch as more of the armor is starting to slag off, and you watch as someone kind of and bubbles and blorts off from the side. Another 8 damage. Very nice. So you now watch, the creature now looks visibly hurt, though it doesn't show it. It still just wants to kill you. So as it's currently trying to pull the sword out of it, you watch as more of the armor still slagging off. It's not taking any mind to any pain or the damage. It is a machine of hate. So after that with Rowan, top of the round with Zoran. Zoran, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Frostbite again to keep up that disadvantage on it.
By the way, heat metal gives it disadvantage on weapon attacks.
So it's double disadvantage. Okay.
I don't even know if double disadvantage
It just
does
means
anything.
it just means it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
All right. So
And ability checks.
that'll be Constitution over him. That is an 8.
No. Monopoly dice, don't fail me now. That is a 6. And I will, I'm gonna try and sneak back and kind of get out of its, no fun allowed zone.
All right, so you're going to try and get back away. That will provoke an opportunity attack.
Yep.
That is a 13 to hit.
Just double checking here. No, that does not hit.
All right, so as he brings the sword out of the wall, and he almost tries to hit you with the flat end, not even worrying about turning the blade, just this hefty hunk of metal coming at you. You manage to dodge out of the way as it swings in front of you and collides against the other side of the wall.
Yeah, like to kind of just move, like maybe about right here. Just
Okay.
kind of so that
So
way I
you
can still
backing
hit
out of the
them.
way. Creature does not look happy. It lets out another as the teeth are still somewhat growing now in its rage.
Can I use a bonus action to shout?
Talking is a free action.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can like call out to the people who are on the other boat, like say, "Hey,
That's going to be hard. Because
okay,
you are currently inside of the bow. You are inside the hull of this ship. You are then shouting across. Granted, it is open space, but it's a good, what, 80 feet, maybe 90 to the other ship.
okay, okay." Then yeah, that probably wouldn't work then. Yeah, that kind of just ends my turn because I got nothing.
All right, so that ending your turn, Vullis. Vullis, what would you like to do? As more of this armor slagging off from the repeated heat, you watch as part of the chest is now bare, and you see as almost this black Icarish blood is starting to bubble and almost boil on the surface of the skin underneath the armor that is currently just molten.
Okay, well, let me just check one thing.
Run, you fool!
Well, if I run, oh no, fuck it. I'm
It
a
already
fire
used
jump.
its it already used reaction. It already used the reaction.
Okay, let's see. I got a 18 to hit with the firebolt.
18 to hit. That does hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Okay. 10 damage.
10. So as you release the bolt, and it slams into the almost the now revealed portion of the flesh, you watch as it enters the skin and detonates. You watch as more of this black ichor just starts pouring out. The smell of burning meat and again this sort of vile substance that should not be burned. You don't know what it's like, but it just starts pouring out more. And you watch as it collides with the metal, making even more of almost a steam bath as it just starts boiling immediately. The creature definitely looks hurt.
And I'm going to try to back up because even though I know
Okay.
it's going to get an opportunity attack on me,
It does not get an opportunity attack. Its reaction was already used.
nice.
All right, so as you back away, as the creature is currently dislodging his sword, or its sword, from the wall, and it's currently trying to make its way forward. So, as it's now the creature's turn, it now advances forward as it pulls its sword out. It then again swings back over to the right. It just seems to be doing large clearing sweeps, no skill involved. Rowan, that's an attack on you.
Yep.
That is a 15 to hit.
That
I'm
hits.
rolling really low.
How does the concentration work on that?
For that, you would need, depending upon what damage you take, you take 10 points of slashing damage. So that it would be a base. I believe you have to make a Constitution save of 10 because I believe the base of it would be 10.
Constitution, all right, and that is 20. Dirty 20. 19 plus 1.
Yeah. So you keep control. So you manage to keep control of the spell.
Alright.
So, as that happens, and you feel the sword come across, and it just slices its way through, trying to cleave part of your chest off, you do feel as more blood starts pouring out. It's definitely, it hurts, but you manage to keep concentration through the spell. So, after that, Zoran, top of the round. All right, no, Rowan, it is now your turn, actually.
still holding the swords that I used earlier to cast metal. I rush forward, trying to drive it through the unarmored
so
part
you
of the
move
chest.
forward and try and drive through as this sword cleaves across, embedding itself into the right side of the wall again. As you run forward, seeing the opening, and drive your sword forward towards the creature, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Alright, that is a 17 to hit.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. That is 1d6. Okay. Alright, so it's 5 damage, but at the same time, I'd also use my psychic blades to add another 2d6 psychic damage to it.
2d6 psychic damage. All right. So as you move forward and stab the blade into it, you watch as the blade enters it almost like a hot knife through butter, and just go ahead, roll damage.
Alright, so that is a total of 15 plus the heat metal that is still going off. Which brings us to math. No, wait.
Is your
12.
math failing you at the moment?
Yes, my math is failing me.
It's 7 plus 3.
7 plus 3 plus 5. That's 15. 15. I
As
did
you
it.
drive the sword in, you feel a jarring of bone, and then you shove through it. You watch as part of the chest almost goes concave on the creature, and the growl goes, and it looks up at you. It looks visibly hurt at that blow, and it looks at you with fury in its eyes.
Someone finish it off.
It looks very rough. He is hanging on. Zoram, what would you like to do? As you currently have standing in front of the creature is Rowan with his blade currently almost knuckle deep into this creature.
I use frostbite.
Go for frostbite.
No, con saving throw, I guess.
That would be another 10.
Yeah, nope. And that is a skiddly-bap. That is 4 points of frost damage.
4 points of frost damage. So as you release it and it slams into the side of the face of this creature, you watch as part of its face freezes, and it immediately just starts to corrode slightly and crack as parts of and chunks of ice just start and falling off. He's on his last legs. He is falling apart. Volus, what would you like to do?
As always, time to fireball bolt this thing to high hell.
Please
Okay,
don't fireball.
Go
Please
for
don't
fireball. Oh, if you want to do fireball in an enclosed space made out of a wooden ship, by all means. Please.
Oh, believe
Please
me, if
use
I
fireball.
could, I would. Trust me, I have no morals, and it's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's see. Damage. 6.
6. How is this son of a bitch gonna die?
Well, since I believe that's Zoram in front, or is that
That's Rowan. Rowan's
Rowan?
currently in
Okay.
front with his sword knuckle deep.
Okay, I'm assuming this thing's a lot taller.
This thing's about 6.5 feet tall.
Okay, so much taller than him. And
Yeah.
so he kind of like gets the firebolt right and tries to lob it over. What's his name? Rowan, and try to see if he could just hit an ace.
Mhm. So as you pull out your hand almost in a finger gun-like fashion, you aim, seeing Rowan in the way you release the spell, and you see as a small bolt of red energy releases with a force, and you feel the force almost recoil from your hand. Fire bolt, not fireball. Yes.
Yes, I
Shut up.
fireballed Rowan, of course.
All right.
Natural.
Sorry, that was my brother. So as you release it, you watch as it punches into just about the neck portion of this creature, and you watch as a black ichor explodes out the back from the neck, and you watch as the creature follows with it, making a horrible as it falls onto its back, the sword still embedded in the wall, as it lays there with the armor still completely boiling and starting to slag off onto the deck, burning the wood below it. The smell of burned meat.
Could I drop the heat metal as soon as he starts to fall?
You may.
All right.
So,
I wish to
as
do so.
you watch as the fire bolt releases and detonates in the creature's throat, and as it topples over, you're like, shit! And you release the spell just as it collides and clatters to the ground with a heavy. You watch as the metal still drools slightly off to the left and right, kind of sizzling onto the deck and burning the wood. But it lays there still and dead. I mean, it doesn't change. The teeth still jutting out from its lower jaw. The skin still pulled completely taut against the flesh. And as it lays there, it's currently still boiling and sizzling, even as the metal is starting to cool.
I'm gonna go and leave because I don't want to smell that. I'm gonna try and go into it like the next room over, I think.
Okay, which room? Because you have the hallway behind you leading to a door and then an entrance to your right. And then you have beyond where the creature came from is still more fog obscuring your vision.
I'm gonna go, I guess, over here because I'm assuming this is the door you're talking about.
Okay. All right. So yes, that is. And as you head over, and trying to find some sense of getting away from that smell, as it's just starting to permeate the entirety of the ship. As you feel around for a doorknob, you click it open. As you open it up, you're met with a room full of almost these burlap sacks that are just piled about 6, 7 high. And it's, as you open it, you actually see it's like 2 rats just kind of scurry out through the door.
Yeah. I found something over here.
Now, this room smells slightly better because it only smells of mold, mildew, and still air. But you open it up and it's kind of comes out and meets you, and it's like, ugh. Ugh. As it smells like most of the stuff that's in here is probably already rotted.
Right. Well, I'm gonna kind of just take a minute, just to get away from that smell for a little bit.
Okay. Just using that for a reference of where the sacks are. So, as you are currently heading your way over and like looking through, just trying to get away from that smell, looking about the room, it seems empty. Other than the sacks, there's nothing else in here. Seems to be some sort of storage closet.
I guess after I'm done catching my breath, I'm gonna go back and kind of just check on those two.
I'd like to ask, can I use my sword to try and pry the gem out of the melting armor?
I think, what's the rule we have? That elves shouldn't touch glowing rocks, but go ahead and do it. Make a survival check.
Well, technically it's not him, it's the sword, so...
It's the sword.
Make a survival check, please.
I thought that rule
That is a
only applied to
16.
capes.
Yeah.
As you do, the ship starts burning down.
Oh god.
Alright, so as you bury your sword into it and start trying to pry it, the gem does not budge. Like, it's still glowing that insidious green and black that just seems to swirl in and around.
Is it connected to the metal or is it like embedded into the flesh?
It seems to be embedded into the metal itself.
Alright.
Also,
Well, we should probably hold off on looting until we make sure at least the ship is cleared of enemies. He's kind of saying, though, he seems a little bit shaky because he is very hurt.
Yeah, actually, I was about to say, how does Rowan and Volus look?
They just getting a quick glimpse at him. They look hurt.
Like I'm just trying to compare who looks more hurt than the other.
You currently see Volus is having a little bit of trouble trying to stand. He's like doing the old 80s pose of the hand on the wall, like, I'm okay. Just give me
I'd like to solve his his deciding between who's more hurt by casting Cure Wounds on myself.
Alright, so you grabbing your hand, you instinctually flex, and you, remembering the arcane nature of your music, you start humming to the tune of one of your favorite bagpipe rituals. And touching your hand to yourself, you feel the warm pulse of energy. Go ahead and cure wounds yourself.
Wow, okay. So
And
that's
as this
one.
is going on, Iris, I did hear you say you wanted to do something. What would you like to do?
I was gonna say I thought the gem rule was only for caves.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assumption.
So it's not only for caves. Noted for future reference.
Well, seeing that they're kind of feeling better, this was Rowan that just healed themselves.
Yep.
I'm gonna just go over to Volus and I'm going to put my hand on him and cast Cure Wounds on him.
All right, so you go over to Volus and you, as your arm starts glowing with the energy, and you feel this almost warm orange crawling up your arm and releases from your fingertips into Volus. Go ahead, Cure Wounds.
Oh god, they're singing karaoke now.
Plus my intelligence, which is he heals 13 hit points. I mean, not 13. That's crazy. 11 hit points.
Okay, so as you release the spell, Volus, you feel the warm surge, and you're like, oh, whoa. Oh, well, that's much better. And you kind of feel as the wounds that scar across your chest, you feel them close and almost seal up completely.
He kind of clicks his tongue a little. I'm never gonna get used to that, aren't I? Because it still will feel weird of being like rapidly healed. But thank you.
While they're trying to recover, I'm gonna try and go into the hallway. I guess, kind of take a look through there.
You're going further down the hallway from where the creature came at you?
I'm just trying to get an idea of where the closest, of our closest surroundings. So, right where the hallway over here.
All
just
right.
kind of making sure that
So
we're secure in
your head
the
into
immediate vicinity.
There seems to be a slight door in your way. So as you kind of push that open and you peek your head through, it's again completely pitch black down here. You do see what amounts to be, from what you can see since you don't have dark vision, you can make out what looks to be to your left and maybe a few feet ahead of you looks to be two lantern sconces, but they seem to be out and unlit.
I still do have my my quarterstaff, which is lit up though, because I used on it.
Well,
so I have
Right.
10 feet of light right now, but that's all I have.
Well, you can see most of that. So when you shine the lantern in, you see a lot of what look to be almost these tanks of water. Just full tanks of water. They look to have moss and algae growing in them, and the cases themselves look to be made of a very fine, almost meticulous metal. And the glass that holds on the sides seems to be relatively well for the age of the ship that's now at.
Looks like we're secure in the immediate vicinity right now. Should probably look through the ship a little bit more thoroughly, though.
Alright. So as you continue scanning through with the lantern, as you light it and pass it through the room, you do see more of these tanks. There's about 9 of them that line the walls.
Is there any sort of windows or balls? I don't know what it's called. You know, the little round things on the ships.
Yes, you can call them windows. I don't mind.
Right. Is there any of those on
You
the
mean
lower deck?
portholes?
Yeah.
Thank you, Clyde, even though I didn't really require that, but thank you for your in-depth knowledge of ships.
Yee.
So as you look through, no, there don't seem to be any portholes. That's why everything is dark.
Alright, in that case, I'd like to grab the undead thing's weapon and drag it off into the room with the burlap sacks. I don't trust it to not come back.
Make a strength check, actually, as you do so.
Gotcha. Strength check. Oof. Do I add my proficiency to it?
No, this is not a saving throw.
Alright. 16 again.
16. Oh, Jesus! Like, lifting it up, it almost feels like this weapon is made entirely out of lead. So
I mean,
it's
I might
like,
as well just
trying to
drive
lift
by
it.
hand and drag it.
Yeah, you manage to get it like an inch off the ground and kind of scoot it. It takes you about 5 minutes to drag it slowly across the floor into the room of the sacks.
And I'll
Nope,
just drop it
nope,
there and
not touching
follow.
that.
All right. So,
Someone said something.
yes, I believe that was Zoram.
So these tanks are just filled with water?
They are full of water and empty. You do see one of them on the far end looks to have something in it, but the water is almost murky in a blackish green way. And it looks like there is something inside of it, from what you can tell from your passive perception.
So and then, hey, 10 gold if you stick your hand in that.
I'm going to just kind of try and get a closer look at it.
Okay.
See if I can make out what it is.
Moving up to it, it is the one at the far end. So, getting closer to it.
I'm gonna put my staff to kind of shine light a little bit more into it.
Alright. Putting the lantern on your staff as you start pushing the lantern forward over top of this tank. Doesn't seem to be able to get anywhere into the water. The water just seems to be completely murky.
So there's just no movement.
No movement. However, as you get closer, you do see on the far end, just about to your right, there seems to be a long rack that goes from the left side of the wall all the way around to the doorway that is now somewhat blocked by the tank. You see that there are large rows of what you've seen previously on the body you threw overboard. These large bulbous sets of leather armor.
Could I poke at one with the tip of my sword?
And as you poke at it, you watch as water spurts out from the bulbous part that you poke, and it starts spraying on the ground. It sprays for about a good 2-3 minutes.
Should we try and move this tank?
Sure.
See if we can get behind it, see what's behind it and all that.
Okay. So you're going to try and move the tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the tank covered or not?
Yeah.
Partially covered.
Is there anything in the room I can use to cover the rest of the tank?
No, like the tank is covered, but it's slightly ajar.
Could I completely cover it, like just adjust the lid on it?
Yeah, you could do that. And as you push down on it, you watch as the lid just kind of slides back in, making a loud sound, sliding back into place.
I don't trust that. Which is why I want you to stick your hand in it.
It's currently covered, so you'd have to open the case and have him stick his hand.
Yeah, like I just want to like push it so that way it would be just giving us access to whatever's behind it.
Because behind it is another doorway with another almost sealed iron bar secured door.
But you mentioned racks. Was that not behind that tank, or is that somewhere else?
So here, if you're looking at the stream, I will show you via white. You see it like along this wall here. They're hanging from the wall. The white represents where the rack is. It's currently hanging on that side of the wall.
And these have like the bulbous sack on them?
Yeah, those are the bulbous sacks of leather armor.
Okay.
They're the same things we saw, like on this on the
On
top
the
of the
corpse
ship.
you threw overboard, yes. Same suits of leather armor.
I'm gonna keep that as like a side note to come back to later, and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna see if like either these two gentlemen are going to help me move this fish tank.
And I'll help them. It's the reason why I closed the lid in the first place, so nothing comes out of there while we're moving it.
All right. So, I would like you both to go ahead and make a strength check.
Yeah.
And as you're doing that, we will jump to the crew on the other ship. So that would be Iris, Ryoka, Niram, and I'm missing one. Clyde, there we go. What would you
I'd
like
have
to do?
forgotten.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
As you're currently waiting there, it's getting eerily quiet. Like you're hearing the waves, but it's deadly quiet. Or deathly quiet, if you want proper English.
I would like to go over to the other ship and see what's going on.
Okay. As you start making your way over to the other ship, make a perception check, please.
Got you, bro.
Funny after we killed the guy, hee hee.
Why is my mouse DPI so high?
Well, stop rubbing it and making it so energetic.
You said perception, right?
Yes, perception.
That is a 15, 16, 21.
21. All right. So, as you are currently making your way over, as you step, you kind of hear as you pick your boot up and you look down, and you seem to have walked over a now gathering pile of this black, almost bile that seems to have pooled by where the gangplank is and is currently making its way down the deck.
Lovely.
Cause she says as she just kind of continues on to look for the boys.
All right. So, making your way, make an investigation check as you're looking for the boys.
The boys
19.
at 3 a.m.
19.
19. All right. So, from what you can figure as you look about the side of the deck, you can see, because you can see maybe about 3 feet in front of you, and that's it. You're scouting around and you see more of this black bile, like leaking its way down the ship.
I'll be right back.
But other than that, you don't see any real hint until you get to the far, it'd be starboard side of the ship, and you see a open hatch with a bit of rope dangling down.
He goes to climb down.
Right. With your human eyes, you see nothing.
Boys!
From what little light you see above you, there is a splattered along the wall is what looks to be almost like someone took a huge sword and just carved parts of the ship away.
She calls out, "Boys! You still alive?"
This would be Zoram, Rowan, and to you, Volus.
Do we hear this?
Yes, you do. That's why I mentioned you.
I wasn't sure. Kind of.
Kind of how?
You know, found a creature, had it try and kill us. That kind of normal kind of thing.
Do you have a light, maybe? I can't see.
I'm going to just give us a minute, and because we're currently moving the thing, right?
Yes, you're currently moving it. What'd you get on your strength check?
I got 17 plus 1, so that's an 18.
Okay. So as you and Rowan start pulling on it, it starts making headway, but it's a heavy box. It's made of metal and it's full of water, and there seems to be something else on the side of it.
Okay, so you're
And as you
here.
manage to pull it, and it scrapes along the deck, and you pull it down, you manage to get a small pathway to the door behind him.
After, I'm going to go back to with my glowy stick, and I'm going to try and help Ryoka out.
Just need a light to guide me through the ship.
All right. So you head your way back with the lantern. Ryoka, you see to the left as you look to your left, you see a bit of light starting to shine through the doorway.
She goes to approach the light, assuming it's Zoram.
Don't go into the light.
Just like he suddenly starts hearing that from behind. Oh no.
All right, but you currently see as the light gets closer, you hear the footsteps on the deck, and Zoram pokes his head around with the lantern almost pointing at you.
Bubba Booey.
Hello.
What are you guys doing?
Trying to figure out if this ship has a source of this fog.
Okay. So, have you found anything?
Found a big thing that it was trying to kill us, but currently just exploring right now.
Alright. Oh.
I'm gonna try and lead Ryoka back to the door that we just unblocked.
Okay. You managed to do so. It's not too terribly difficult. All right, it's now lodged up against another container. And as you start making your way through, you open the door. And as you open it, you see beyond seems to be a large weapon rack full of what looks to be spears and grappling hooks. And then past that, you watch as there seems to be a lip, and then the hallway continues off to your right.
Ryoka sees the grappling hooks and gets really excited.
I'm just going to kind of go and try and see if I can light up the inside, kind of taking a look around, trying to get an idea of like anything that could look off or of interest, really.
Okay, make a perception check.
'Perception +4, so that is 15.
15. You're looking around, trying to gather what you can from the situation. You see in the tank that you just moved, in the black murk, you see what looks to be a small yellow orb, like maybe about the size of a nickel, that then recedes back into the murk. You look down the hallway, and it is eerie, it is dark, it is full of mold, old wood, and rotted wood.
So you said I saw a yellow orb.
Looks to be what might be an eye.
Oh. Like, did it seem to, like, roll, or?
Mm-hmm. You saw an orb, and then it disappeared.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, like, that I wasn't just thinking that it was something that just rolled.
That's all right. You see that there was a little yellow orb, what looked to be maybe an eye, and then it disappeared back into the tank.
And that's the tank that we just moved?
Yep.
Okay.
And down the hall, most of the weapons there, most of the spears and grappling hooks, look rusted. The wood around are completely just caked over. The rope from the grappling hooks is frayed, rotted. The wood used in the spears and even in the swords that you can see that seem to decorate the walls, they don't seem to be in much use anymore.
Is there anything in a decent condition?
I'm just gonna...
You can make an investigation check.
I would like to do so.
I was gonna say, Zorm's gonna point at the tank and say, like, keep an eye on that thing.
I want a grappling hook first, and then I will.
That is
loot.
17 plus 1 on my investigation check, so 18.
Alright. You do find what amounts to be a cutlass that doesn't really seem to have much in the way of damage to it. It's a bit rusted, but you can get it strengthened. You then see there looks to be about a grappling hook. One of the prongs looks extremely rusted and corroded, but the other two seem to do just fine.
I'd like to take the grappling hook, pass it over to Ryoka, and just say tetanus damage.
Yes! And she just takes it, very happy. She's like, I'll just get it repaired, and it'll work just fine.
You have a partially destroyed grappling hook. Right, okay. You have a partially destroyed grappling hook.
Zoram offers words of caution, party.
Loot, 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 loot. Just wait till she figures out there's still a shiny gem stuck inside of suit of armor.
Bet!
I really want to cast Identify.
As you're all looking through the weapons, you kind of hear along the wood above you, and another.
Oh,
And the wood is creaking above you, like someone is walking.
okay. I was gonna say, is this the sound of someone walking, or is this a door?
Sounds like somebody is walking above you.
Fuck that.
I'm just going to put a finger to my mouth and be like making the quiet gesture.
Ryoka gets her dart ready.
I'm getting your dart ready. Those of you on the other ship, that would be Clyde, Niram, and Iris.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as Ryoka disappears into the fog across to the other ship, and you three are left alone.
Great.
And it is silent. The rain has stopped. The wind has completely died. And it's almost like the waves have, too. It is dead silent and dead still.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to grab something.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
We
Oh,
die
don't
with
worry.
loot.
You guys aren't in a cave, so you don't need to worry about that.
Clyde is going to go back down and check on their passenger.
Alright, so Clyde, you head your way down and checking on the passenger. Passenger seems okay, they just seem a bit on edge.
Mm-hmm. So a few of our members decided to go take a look at the other ship.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like anyone's there, so hopefully everything should be okay.
Famous last words.
Hopefully everything's okay. Dun, 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 dun. Alright,
Find
Okay.
out
Niram,
next time
is there
on-
anything you would like to do? Niram,
No,
hello?
sorry. Chat broke for a bit on my end. I
That's
was
alright.
kind of trying to fix it. No, Nerum is probably gonna just not gonna do that much. He's just maybe checking inventory, seeing if everything's all right on the ship.
Check inventory. Alright.
It's just
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
You notice that there's rats everywhere.
That is a 2. Oh jeez.
At 2?
Yep.
I didn't leave that window open. Okay. Click. You close it. But other than that, all the inventory is still there.
That's good. That's certainly reassuring. Nerum is content with what he's done today, and yeah.
Yes, he closed the window and he
Yes.
checked the inventory.
Yes, and that is.
Did he also
that is
make a
job well done.
salad?
Yeah, before, but who knows how many hours ago that was?
Productive day.
Did he make sure that like nothing came in via the window? Like, yeah, he checked the inventory, but
He didn't remember opening the window, so he closed it and he checked the inventory. That's
Yeah, just-
that's what he was able to do.
Check for rats. Or burbs. Evil
I'm back.
burbs.
Just so you know, that was a 3 minus 1. I feel so, like Nerum isn't the smartest lad.
Alright. So those of you on the other ship, you hear the of something stepping above you. And it gets softer as it continues traveling up the ship. As you all stay extremely silent. You feel, this would be Ryoka, you feel something kind of nudge against your boot.
Well, no. Ryoka's like, where's the light? Just no.
Okay.
Or no, hold on. She just said like, "Who the fuck touched my boob?"
Do I hear this?
She's angry whispering.
Yes, you all hear this.
I'm going to look over, see what's going on.
You look over, shining the lantern towards Ryoka, and you see her just like, "Hey, what the hell? Who touched my boot?"
Meanwhile, I'd like to go down the little passageway, sword in hand.
Alright, sword in hand, you continue down the passageway. The weapon rack here seems to extend all the way down along. And as you find your way down, you're met as you turn to the right with another door. This one actually seems to have a relatively large lock on it, and the door is somewhat more intricate.
Would I be able to look through the lock?
Look through the lock, you could definitely try.
I would like to try so.
Okay, go ahead and try. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Perception. 10.
10.
Yes.
Looking through the lock, you can't really make anything out. It seems to be completely in the dark.
Would the door also be like moldy, like the rest of the ship?
This one does have some form of rot to it, but this one actually seems to have held up a little bit more, a little bit better.
All right. Could I try to, just ignoring the plea of silence that I was just asked to try to kick through the more rotten parts?
Make an athletics check.
Athletics, gotcha. That is a 16.
16.
Plus 3.
You and you jam your boot into the portion of the rotted wood that you can find, and it doesn't seem to budge much. It seems the rot only goes so far into the wood, and the other side still seems to be strong.
Zoran, do you have anything to open locks?
Ryoka, you feel something nudge against your boot again.
She looks down.
Good story. It's from earlier.
Make a perception check.
16.
As you look down, you see a small furry mass just kind of run into your boot and scurry off.
Oh fuck! It's a rat. She says.
And it's currently running away from you.
Now that she knows it's a rat, she's a little less okay. Whatever.
I don't think I have anything for this. Are the hinges on this side or the other side?
Looking at the door as you walk your way up towards Rowan, hinges seem to be on the other side.
Shoot. I was thinking I'm doing a Jack Sparrow there, but I don't think that would work. Hold on, I'm just doing a think here. I don't know if this is going to work, which is why I'm quickly double checking the spell here. So just bear with me. Just wanted to see if this does necrotic or poison. Okay, that's poison, so that's not going to work. I guess I'm going to try and take apart the handle with my tinkering tools.
Sure, make a tinkering check.
Would that use my intelligence?
This would be, for tinkering, is a dex check plus your dex modifier. So roll a d20 plus your dexterity mod. And then if you have the tools and you are proficient with them, you add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that is okay. Plus 6. That's 23.
Okay. So, as you are working your way, detaching the handle from this door as you're working your best you can, pulling out your tools and working as intricately as you can, you start pulling some of the small screws and bolts out. And then you pull the handle itself out. The lock is still there.
Can I try and disable the locking mechanism? Like try and pull it out?
This would be another make another tinkering check.
That's a 19.
Okay. Work your way through it. It doesn't seem to be too difficult of a lock. You managed to unlock it. It doesn't seem to have been trapped.
I'm gonna try and push the door open very carefully.
The door opens.
And I'm gonna shine my light in.
Alright. So as you shine the light in, looking through, seems to be a small, almost office. Seems to be large barrel to your far left, in front of a small desk. Looks to be full of maps. To your right, you see there is a small map on a board with multiple little X's on them. And you see that there is a small sword with an intricate little, almost dagger tooth hilt that is currently on presentation just above the desk behind it. Most of the area here seems to be more of a captain's suite.
Yes, I'm just gonna take a look for anything that would say what ship this is or what happened. Kind of.
Make an investigation check.
I'd like to walk up behind him, use the tip of the sword to poke the dagger.
It's not a dagger, it's a sword with almost a dagger tooth. Imagine someone made a hilt of a sword almost out of a shark's tooth.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to poke the sword then.
Touch the sword. Sword jiggles a little bit.
Alright, I'd like to take the sword then.
As you grab onto the sword and try and pull it off, it seems to be firmly mounted.
24.
24. And as you look through, there doesn't seem to be anything that names the ship. Doesn't seem to be anything that states it. You do find a couple of papers that all seem to have some ledger in a language you don't seem to understand, but it's almost written in the form of a ledger.
Okay. So nothing seems to be in common.
Nope. Nothing in here is in common.
Can you help me get this off?
I was gonna say, hearing him messing with the sword, I'm gonna take a look, see if I can understand why, or if it's anything that seems to be taken interest in.
Okay. So, looking for anything else to take an interest in, it doesn't seem so. Most of the stuff here is random miscellaneous, almost maps. There seems to be a couple of dust mites here and there, but other than that, you don't seem to have missed anything.
Does the sword look kind of ordinary?
Sword looks somewhat ordinary. It looks like there might be some speciality to it, but it's definitely a it's a nice piece of equipment. I mean, you currently see his Rowan's trying to dismount from the wall.
Do I see why he's having trouble with it?
It seems to be for show. Like as he's trying to pull onto it, it is firmly mounted.
Okay.
It looks like a real sword, but it looks like it might just be for show.
Okay. I'm gonna take some of the documents that are like in different languages for like from the ledgers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna kind of tuck them in with the rest of my papers for now, and I guess we'll.
Okay.
I'll help him take the sword down just to make him happy, and then I'm gonna leave.
This would be to Volus and Ryoka, who are still currently out. You hear a as what sounds like a trapdoor closes.
Like the one we came through.
Maybe.
Ryoka says, fuck, and starts rushing that way to try and go open it again.
Make a dexterity check because you are running through the dark. You have no light.
Joke's on you, I have a +4 in dexterity.
And that doesn't help when you roll a 1.
Well, it does help when you roll a 19 and it makes it a 23.
Alright, so keeping your hands out in front of you, you stumble forward and continuing to move as you come around the corner looking through. There is no more light from the trapdoor as it seems to have been closed.
He tries to climb up and open it.
Climbing up the rope, as you pull on it, the rope snaps and falls at your feet.
Fuck. Boys!
You guys hear a very distressed, boys!
I'm going to rush my way back, hearing this.
As you stuff the notes into your pockets as much as you can and start making your way out with the lantern, you run through trying to find Ryoka. As you poke your head around, you see Ryoka currently holding about 5 feet of rope and looking up at the hatch, distressed. That is now closed.
Take a guess. Say this is not good.
No shit,
Is
Sherlock.
the body still there?
Shine a light over to it. Body is still there. Still bleeding its black ichor and bile across the floor.
Stay there. You stay there. You stay down.
Someone put me on the shoulders and I'll try and push the hatch open.
Let's wait till everyone else is here first.
Fuck this. I wanna get out.
Let's not be dumb about this and just give our comrades an opportunity to get over here first. Otherwise,
I require that you let me out.
I require you to chill.
Alright. So as this discussion is currently taking place, you hear as there's more boots above you. As you hear it currently walking across the deck above you.
Approximately how many boots do I hear?
1 pair. You hear it doesn't seem to be making too much haste. As this is to Niram, Iris, and to Clyde. You watch as the fog starts slowly dissipating. You almost hear this kind of slight cracking of wood, and you watch as the gangplank starts slipping out as the other ship is currently moving forward.
Oh no.
Is there any way that I can try and make it so that doesn't happen? Where it like
You could
But-
certainly try.
can I try to move our ship along with it just slightly?
You could try. This would be make a wisdom check.
Oh no. Oh, please be smart, child.
Please be
+2.
smart.
So it's a 6.
6. You try and keep your ship with them, but the other ship just moves enough to where you see as the gangplank's just about to stop moving. Now to the Ryoka, Zoram, Rowan, and Volus. You feel the ship kind of lurch slightly beneath your feet.
Volus is no longer in DC. Just so that
Oh,
we.
damn it. Where did he go? Where did he go?
It is time to leave.
But currently, the ship is moving beneath you. You feel it gently start rocking.
I'm gonna help Ryoka up onto my shoulders.
Ryoka tries to push open the hatch.
Make a strength check.
Easy. Maybe not. That's a 10.
First bad roll.
The hatch seems to be locked.
I would like to actually do something then. Because I know metal gets fragile when cold and heated, I'm going to go over to. I'm going to say to. Oh wait, Volus isn't here.
Volus is currently in NPC mode.
Okay, I'm just gonna say to Volus, like, if you throw fire at the hinges.
The hinges are not on our side, Volus would say. The door obviously opens up, not inward.
How
I'm
thick
going
is
to
the
try and use
hatch?
frostbite on the hatch.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna try to use frostbite.
I just realized that I'm really fucking smooth brain. Yes, I know I'm late to realize this.
This will actually now be to everybody below on the other ship. You hear a slight toot, 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 toot of something being lifted and then pushed off to the side.
What's that? What's that? And Nera immediately tries to look around.
Niram, as you're looking around, make a perception check.
That's at 11.
11. It's odd. One of the small tables in the galley is knocked over onto its side. And you see what looks to be black footprints currently leading into the ship. And they seem to be coming in, as you follow them, they seem to be coming in from the window.
Oh, jeez. He suddenly has a very, very bad realization that that window probably wasn't supposed to be open. And he will start following the trail he found.
All right, following the trail. You follow through it and you open the door that leads to follow the footprints. Shifting back to the others. you hear what sounds to be something lifting and then and shattering of glass from behind you.
Oh no. I'd like to use frostbite on the trapdoor to
On the
try and
trapdoor.
freeze it.
Roll to hit.
It's just a con saving throw.
Yeah, I'm just for the sake of it, roll the hit.
Okay.
Range spell attack, and then
Ooh. So that's a 24.
that does hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
That's 5 points of ice damage.
So as you
I'm just trying to freeze this thing off.
as you release the spell, you watch as it collides with the trapdoor or the hatch, and it freezes part of it over, and it looks like you've somewhat damaged it. I mean, it might take a little bit more and then some force to break it, but it seems like you're doing what you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to freeze it enough to make it fragile.
You can do it 2 more times, and then it manages to freeze over enough, and you mount Ryoka onto your shoulders again. And Ryoka, would you like to try and break the hatch?
Yes!
Make a melee attack.
So enthusiastic.
Got you, bro.
She wants to go home.
I want out, and I want out now.
This would be now to Iris
is-
and to Clyde as Ryoka's currently doing this.
19.
As you drive your fist forward and break through, and you hear this kind of shattering of frozen solid wood. This would be Clyde and Iris.
Gracias.
So, as you look over, you watch as the fog is starting to dissipate, and you actually see more figures currently pacing through the deck, moving slowly, but and currently you see them pacing about the deck.
Have said figures noticed us?
They're above deck. That's what
Oh.
Iris and Clyde see. You only hear boots above you. And the ship is still currently moving away from you. And the gangplank is starting to slip and starting to fall. If anybody would like to try and say that.
I don't know if either of the two are there on deck.
Alright, so Ryoka, go ahead and roll damage as you shatter your way through the hatch.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, you shatter your way through. Doesn't take too much force. And as you currently kind of grab onto it and lift yourself up, you look at what seems to be about 8 figures of these large, almost 6-foot tall figures with this black ichor currently drooling from their bodies in large bulbous leather that are currently just stumbling their way above deck.
They don't notice me at all?
Make a perception check.
22.
22. So, as you look, see one of them is currently looking in your direction, but then turns. Seems to pay no attention to you.
Varyoka seems to sigh a little bit and reach down to try and help Zoram up.
Actually, Zoram's going to try and get everyone else up, and also, I would like to try and take that gem from the abomination.
You would like to try and take the gem from that thing, from the creature.
or at least take the armor.
You can certainly try. So as you go for the gem, go ahead and make a survival check.
I think I can do that. I can pull up my character sheet again. Baba-booey. Okay, that's good. What is my survival?
I don't know. What is
Where
your
is my survival? Oh, it's on the bottom. Of course it's at the bottom. That is a +2, so that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, alright. So, and you are currently, just for the sake of this, what are you trying to do?
I'm either trying to like just pry off the gem, or just take whatever is like, or just at least
Okay.
just
As
try
you're-
and get some get
As
the
you
piece.
wrap your hands around the gem trying to pry it out, you get the slight vibration in your fingers as you're trying to pull this gem out, and you just can't seem to get your way around it or pull it out. And as you attempt to try and take the armor off of him, you manage to detach some of the latches, but most of it actually seems to have been almost solidified into itself due to the nature of heat metal.
So it's just nothing can seem to pry it out then.
I mean, you can try, but it's like as you were trying to pull it off, it's difficult. It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, would I be able to do that with just with the spear, and just with my spear, and kind of like, and then kind of like wrap it up in a cloth to kind of avoid actually like physically touching it?
Well, you've already physically touched it. You first tried with your fingers because you didn't stay with anything else.
Okay, yeah.
And as you try and leverage it out with the spear, go ahead and make a strength check.
+1, and that is a 17.
Ruby,
17.
last time you tried to pry a stone from something, bad things happened.
As you jam it into the armor, and you're currently trying to leverage this shiny rock out of
Don't judge me.
the metal of
I want to know what it
this
is.
armor. As you push, you're like, it's working! Bing! You look, you seem to have broken your spear.
Take both ends of my spear, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it because I'm like, you know what? Taking too long. I ain't getting stuck on this ship.
As you head over to the hatch, you actually hear a doof, 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 coming from the doorway to your right, getting closer.
Yeah, I'm going.
As you're scrambling your way up and out of the hatch with the help of Ryoka, you see as a large 6-foot-tall, bulbous-looking creature with fleshy scales that are taut and greenish black, with the same black bile drooling from its eyes, mouth, what seems to be some sort of a nose, possibly, and even its gills on its neck. You see as the fins on its head and sides of its face are currently almost tattered and ruined. And see as the veins on it no longer seem to be the same color as the skin. They are pulsing with this black liquid. And as you scramble your way up, you currently stand about what looks to be about 8 of these figures. And the mist, the fog is gone. And as you look up to the helm of the ship, you seem to see what looks to almost be a skeletal humanoid with dark blue skin that looks leathery and almost like it's rubber, currently plastered over the wheel, and it's currently dangling there. It doesn't seem to be moving, but you see it gently shift, and you feel as the ship shifts to the port side, which would be to the right.
But none of them are attacking, right?
Nope, they are not attacking you. You just watch as they're currently shuffling above deck.
Yes.
And as you watch the one below you, to just walk down the hall.
I don't know, but I think we should probably not be here.
Is Zoram up yet?
Zorm is up. He is now up.
Okay, what about the rest of the party in there?
Yes, everybody is up. Once Zorm gets up, everybody's up.
Okay. Ryoka tries to find the gangplank.
The gangplank seems to be missing.
Fuck.
As you
She
now
tries
see,
to
as
see
the ship is about 40 feet away from you, and opening.
So
running
who's
jump.
ready?
Ryoka's gonna try and jump across.
Running jump 40 feet.
Yes! Wait, hold on. Actually, I'm gonna spend a key point and do unarmored movement.
May I also cast what was it? Longstrider on her for the jump.
You may cast Longstrider on her. So this
Would
would
like
be make an athletics check. And I'll say, due to the nature of it, even though it's a far distance to jump, do it at advantage due to the nature of Longstrider.
Okay.
And just your ability as a monk.
That is 22.
You and you jump for it, and you feel yourself gain wind. As you jump, you feel your muscles tensen and then release like a spring, and you jump towards it. You see as the ship comes closer, and you wave your arms in front of you, and you just, and I mean just, manage to grab onto the side of a rope that's currently dangling off the side. And you watch as Zoram, Volus, and Rowan are currently sailing off.
Oh no, like
50 feet now.
I was running. I was gonna say I'm gonna try and run and like toss Rowan and Volus.
You're gonna try and throw Rowan.
Yes.
Toss me.
Toss me.
I have
Look,
experience
no.
being thrown by Dragonborn.
Okay.
I have
I consider myself an expert at this point.
Make an athletics check as you grab him and try and throw him to the other ship.
Oh, good.
This will be exceptionally difficult to do because it's now 50 feet away from you.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, as you throw him about 25 feet, and he splashes into the water.
I'm gonna do also the same with try the same with Volus.
Volus just kind of looks at you, and I can do this myself. Thank you.
I do it anyways.
Okay, make an athletics check. Cause he's like, no, stop! I can do it. And you grab onto him and just throw him.
Please tell me it's a nat 1 from that laugh.
It's a 21.
All right,
Jesus
you
Christ.
grab him. And he's like, no, and you throw him over the side. You pretty much hit Rowan with him. You pretty much you threw a dart, and then you threw another one that hit the exact same spot. Rowan, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and Volus takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage. as suddenly this elven figure just flying towards you collides, and you're both currently in the water a bit stunned.
And I am going to start like dashing towards the back of the ship and going to try and jump off of it.
You're now at about 60 feet. I'm just letting you know about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump.
All right, you have Volus in the water currently. All right, so you have Volus in the water, Rowan in the water, Ryoka is on the ship, and then we have you currently running off the back. Okay, make another athletics check.
Okay, let's see how this goes. That's a 12. My luck ran out.
As you try and dive through, you kind of catch your foot on the side of the back, and you're like, shit! And you go into almost a 3-axis spin, and you splash into the water, maybe about 20 or so feet away from the ship.
I'm gonna try swimming towards our ship.
Make, like, everybody in the water, so that'd be Volus, Rowan, and,
This is the half
fucking
of the burrito, right?
Zoram. I will have you all go ahead and make, this will be survival checks.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that's not bad.
that is a nat 1!
Yikes. I got another 21.
All right, as you start, you are swimming like Arnold Schwarzenegger over here. You're just you make it to the boat, but as you do, you pass by Rowan, who seems to have forgotten how to swim and is currently there, just like flailing his arms, like help! Help!
Can I help him?
Make an athletics check at disadvantage. Or sorry, athletics. Be athletics at disadvantage because you're currently swimming, carrying your own weight, your armor, your equipment, and him, and his
Oh
equipment.
no! Like I'm trying to actually calm him down.
Okay, then make a persuasion check.
This is how I die, huh? Just drowning.
Out of all the shit I've thrown at you, you die by drowning. And it's not even my fucking fault!
So that's a 16.
16.
I'm telling
Bold
you, you would
Bold of
never
you
be
to assume I
causing
won't kill
damage.
myself.
It's alright, I'll be right back.
Say you, Volus, and Rowan eventually make your way back to the ship. Nero,
Yeah.
as you're following these tracks, you see a rather bulbous figure. You've never seen this before. It looks like the flesh on it is scaly and leathery, like it's almost fish-like. You see as the flesh itself is almost a sickly green with black veins going through it. You see 3 fins, 2 of them protruding from the side of the face where the ears would be, and one almost like a mohawk across the top. And it's currently back facing towards you, but you see as it's currently dripping this black bile, and that's what it's making the footprints with. And you see it's currently making its way through the ship.
I would like to, Nero would like to go up to it, like touch its
Go.
shoulder and just be like, sorry, do you need something?
As you touch it, it just it jerks its shoulder and continues
hello?
moving.
Sir,
No reaction.
okay, Iris? There's someone here. I don't know if they're, necessarily someone you invited, though.
Iris, you hear from below, it's like, Iris, we have a problem!
Iris just kind of sighs and just goes to handle it.
Alright, so, going down, you actually meet through, and you stop, you kind of, oh, what's that smell? And as you walk your way down, you see before you a sickly green, almost fish that seems to be about 6 feet tall, almost about maybe just about half a head shorter than Niram. You see as the tail is just about maybe the length of its legs, and the flesh itself is a sickly green with black veins that just ooze over its body. You see as the 3 fins are supposed to be almost a reddish purple in color, but you see as they're tattered and torn.
Do you have an image for this creature?
Un momento, por favor.
Sorry, I'm back. What did I miss?
See, I was hoping at least one of these creatures would be a bulldog.
A bulldog?
A bulb dog.
I'm not even gonna ask.
I'm gonna post it in art. Oh, wrong. Oh god, wrong Discord.
Mistakes been made.
Look in art.
The same for mine as well, just so you guys can get a reference for what the image looks like.
To replace the alligator.
That's what I wish it was. That's what I wish it was.
That is
but
currently
it's
what
not.
you're looking at, but it's currently dripping black ichor and goo from its body. Its fins are tattered, the flesh is taut, and it looks like it's just walking along the deck, and it's currently heading towards where the cargo is.
This is
Alright,
not
I'm
very
just gonna
epic.
quickly look in my inventory. Hold on. For my weapons. I would like to retrieve my my short sword.
Alright, so you take out your short sword looking at it, and you look at Niram, who's looking very concerned, like,
Okay, it's fighting time?
Yeah, it's fighting time.
Okay. You just seem like starting to.
Did I hear?
Alright, so, what are you doing? Because you're currently standing just below deck, Iris. As you're looking at Niram, Niram's looking at you, he's asked you the question, and you currently sees it's maybe about 5 feet away from the door, and it's just walking forward.
Yes, it's fighting time. Come on. You know what to do. Can I roll initiative?
Do I hear
please?
them? I want to join.
I would like you both to not yet roll initiative. The creature is not attacking you.
Not
So
attacking,
as you go up to it, if you go up to it and stab it, you may. It is not making any action towards you.
Can Niram go into a rage and restrain it by grappling it?
Alright, so Niram, as you grab onto yourself, you almost pierce the skin with your nails, and you feel the pain, and it builds up inside you, and it's just this sheen of red just films over your eyes. And you look at this creature, and you flex, and your muscles bustle with this
Okay,
almost
okay.
adrenaline-spiked rage. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I would like to grapple this random fish creature.
Alright, you go up to it, make an athletics check at advantage.
Ooh, at advantage. Come on. Wow. That's an 11.
11. You
Just saying.
and you wrap both arms around it, and you start holding it back, and the creature, still attempting to move forward, and it stops in its tracks, trying to keep moving, and it's stopped, but its legs are still attempting to just walk forward.
Jesus Christ. You know how I said that maybe my dice are going to be great, like, somewhat okay? I think my dice just heard that and decided, nah, fuck you.
Happens to everybody.
Just rolling that one in the water.
Yeah, at least that.
Happens
At least
to
I'm not drowning in the water.
Rowan, I'm about to do a pro gamer move. Also, Rowan drowns in the water.
I'm about to
Right,
do
okay. I think I know CPR.
About to do what's called a pro gamer move. Rolls a 1 trying to swim. Alright. So, Niram, as you're currently holding on to this fish creature, it's not making any hostile actions towards you. It's just trying to move. doesn't even try to break through the hold. As you hold on to it, like, the amount of force you're putting into this isn't even your best, and you're still managing to hold on to this creature. Iris, you're watching as Niram is currently, with his larger form, holding this creature, and it's still just trying to walk forward. Unobstructed.
Face it towards the edge of the deck, it'll walk right off.
Could you repeat that, please?
The creature is currently restrained, but still trying to walk.
Okay.
Oh lord, he's thick.
Can I try and ask it what it wants?
You ask, what do you want? No response.
Right. I think I might just stab it.
Throw it
Right.
overboard.
Yeah, throw
As
it
you
overboard.
walk up to it, you kind of hear this kind of the door opening, and you see the familiar burlap cloak of the cargo kind of look out and looks towards the creature.
Can I stab it in its head, please?
The creature or the cargo?
The creature!
The cargo?
Also, wouldn't
Yes,
Clyde
I
be
just
in the
gotta-
way of the cargo?
I just gotta make sure because I left off on the cargo, and you were like, "I'm gonna stab her in the face." Okay.
No witnesses!
The story of how the party carries this corpse around until they're high enough level to revive it again.
Oh my god.
All right. So as you go over trying to
stabs the
stab,
cargo.
go ahead and make your attack at advantage, as it's currently restrained and unable to move.
Awesome.
Iris
Also,
stabs the cargo.
Grape,
Yes, this is big brain move.
Grape, wouldn't Clyde be in the way of the cargo, seeing as Clyde has basically been, like, in that doorway
Well,
almost the entire
you are still
time?
there. You were there with the cargo. However, they went over and opened the door as you were kind of like looking at them, like, okay, maybe they just want to see what's going on. But you were still there, making sure they were okay. Yes.
Okay.
However, they're currently looking through the door, and you hear Niram struggling with something, and you hear Iris drawing her blade and stabbing it into something.
Oh.
What exactly do I add?
Roll a d20 plus your dexterity with a short sword.
Okay. Oh god, what is the damage of a short sword? I don't
D6.
have
It's a
that.
D6.
Okay.
What a cluster mess this is.
That is that is a 17 to hit.
17 hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
Someone should have cast understand language.
Comprehend languages?
Yes.
Which
You're saying that
There
to
are
the
no
barbarian.
mages on the ship at the moment.
was about to say.
Clyde has understand language as a spell.
comprehend language.
Yes, comprehend language.
That would be a 3 to damage, unless I have to add something to that.
3. So as you stab the sword through, you slice through the portion of the back of the head, like where the fin would be, the end of the fin would be. And as it slices through, you watch as more of the black ichor just spurts backward, and it just covers Niram's neck and lower jaw in this black film of bile. And it smells absolutely horrible.
Oh my
Iris
god.
Someone's getting dunked into the water.
This would be just about when Rowan, Zoram, and Ryoka would be getting back up onto the ship, along with Volis. So, as you're currently holding on to it, Niram, and the sword stabs through it, you watch as the creature just reels slightly, and then tries to struggle against you.
Oh boy.
I would like you all to roll initiative.
No vuelvas.
Natural
Has dicho que venías y no fue, ostras.
Natural 20 for
Mucho poco,
combined
yeah.
21.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where is the background noise coming from?
Las sillas, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I,
There we go.
my apologies.
Okay, so, Beth, what
Okay,
did you roll?
so
Sorry.
I rolled a 23.
23. Okay, 23 for Iris.
21
and
for
then
Nerum.
for 21 for Nerum. Wow, everybody else was rolling shit. You guys are on the ball today.
Finally, my first good roll. And it's initiative.
Well, that's where it counts.
Right?
Oh, a little fun fact for everyone right now. If you press M, you can use magnifying glass.
Yo, that's pretty sick.
Just thought I'd put that out there.
All right.
Now I can
So-
look at my failure of a character close up.
Jeez.
Yikes!
Way to be harsh on yourself.
He can't.
But he's not
What
wrong.
against for not
So-
swimming?
All right. So, as this picks up, we have Iris going first. What would you like to do? As you currently see, the creature is now struggling and reeling in the arms of Nero. It seems to now be hostile.
Like to do a stabby stab again.
Go ahead and stab it. This will be at advantage because it is restrained.
Oh, advantage. Awesome.
This poor creature, he probably just wanted to talk and is now getting attacked.
I'm pretty sure this
that-
creature isn't alive.
I add dexterity to that, right?
Yes, dexterity.
That
The
is.
creature was just like sick boat.
That
Proceeds
is
to
a
get
natural
stabbed.
20 plus 3, so 23. And then.
Did you say natural 20?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So then you
jeez.
double the die.
Okay.
Also, doesn't she
So
get
you
sneak attack
roll your
because...
d6 and then double it.
Okay.
Wait.
That's a 12.
So you.
I have a stupid question.
Oh, and then add your dex modifier? Yes, stupid question.
Stupid question is that, isn't she a rogue? Doesn't she get sneak attack?
Oh, yeah, I do. But I don't.
Yeah, so you double those dice too.
Yep.
So, wait, what? Exactly what am I rolling?
All right. First, you're rolling damage. Then you're doubling it. Then you're rolling your sneak attack damage. Then you're doubling that. Then you're adding your modifier. Simple, right?
I think.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Master
being a
Office.
rogue.
Welcome to D&D.
Let me check the exact dice you need to roll for 3rd level rogues.
Thank you.
Welcome to a crap guide to D&D.
Welcome to a crap guide.
Sneak attack. Oh jeez. You can deal next time.
All right.
You roll 3d6 extra damage for your sneak attack.
3d6?
Yep.
Yep.
1 per rogue
Sneak
level.
attack's a
doubled.
bitch, ain't it?
Oh, wait, hold on. Those 3d6 are doubled.
Yep.
Yes.
They count as
and they're
damage
double.
die.
That's
So,
That's a lot of damage.
so do I roll 6d6s or 3d6s and double it?
3d6s and you double it.
Okay. Just making sure.
Rogues are really strong.
Okay.
They are until you sneeze on them and they die.
At you. No, that's a wizard. That's a wizard.
No, you just need to breathe in the general direction of a wizard and they die. You don't even need to sneeze.
Yeah, because at least with rogues, they have a D8 and not a D6 as their hit dice.
You could be playing a barbarian and it doesn't matter if you
So-
only get once on your hit die.
For the total amount of damage, you're putting them down. Yeah, the yawn of death. The yawn of
35?
death, as Sinus says. Yeah.
35.
35 points of damage. Jesus.
Yikes!
You take the sword and slide it right through this creature's neck, and it goes from reeling to being limp really quick. So as you you watch as the sword just completely obliterates the front part of the neck, and you see as the spray of this black bile/blood just starts spraying everywhere.
Today we
It
learned
covers
do
the
not
cargo.
take
It covers Clyde as he pokes his head around the door. It covers Niram. It covers you. And
Hopefully this stuff
the
isn't
entire
deadly.
bottom of the ship just becomes a huge spraying ground of this black bile.
I
Does
looked
anyone
in
have
there. I looked,
prestidigitation?
I look to Narum and I'm like, can you help, could you clean this up later? And just kind of go to walk away after making sure the cargo's okay.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna throw this overboard.
Throw what
Be
overboard?
right back. He just walks to
cargo.
the table.
Yeah.
He just walks.
You watch as he
to
grabs onto still holding onto the corpse, still grabbing, and he moves up and just kind of
So where
throws
am
the
I?
corpse
I
overboard.
thought you were talking about the cloaked figure for a second. I was like, Nani?
No.
You, Volus, and Ryoka, and Rowan are currently just getting aboard ship.
Do I smell the thing?
Oh, yes, you do. And the smell is
Ugh.
very bad. It's permeating the ship. It smells of burned meat and almost like burned car oil that just has been burning constantly.
As
I am back.
as it's being tossed overboard, like as like Naren's moving to go and toss it over, do I have like a better look at what this thing is than what I had at
It's the exact same thing. It's the same creature, same bulbous leather, same outlook, same tail. This creature looks exactly the same as those you had run into before on the other ship.
Okay. Just wanted to see like if it'd be more recognizable, but probably not.
I mean, now that it's currently covered from head to toe in black bile, now that its throat was completely slit like a sprinkler system, it was it's pretty hard to identify through the coat of black sheen that's around it.
And I don't have prestidigitation. I can't clean this up.
Yep. Somebody's grabbing a sponge. And you see his Iris is currently wiping her blade clean with the cloth. And she just puts it away and says, Nero, would you be a dear and clean this up? And just kind of throws the cloth overboard.
Meanwhile, Narum is just completely covered in that goo, and he's like, "Sure, Captain." Alright.
Nero, you smell like what you were cooking last night.
I would hope it smells worse. Come on.
Oh no.
I'd like to just lift up my finger and just go like, someone remind me not to piss her off.
Ryoka goes to get like a bucket and sponge and hands it to Rowan.
That's my second.
Can I
Rowan,
go over and help
Rowan,
the poor
as you say, it's like, remind me not to piss her off. You see as Ryoka walks up with a bucket full of water and a sponge and says, "Here, keep her happy."
I would like to take the bucket and just chuckle maliciously. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Rowan, you now have your hands on another bucket full of salt water.
No, all done.
Can Clyde go over and
Of
Yes,
course,
I'm
the
gonna-
more the merrier.
10 minutes.
can Clyde go over and help this poor man, please?
Yes, Clyde, you may go over and help.
All right, we're gonna help clean up.
I would like to run off with the bucket.
Fucking of course.
You're gonna run off with the bucket?
Does Narum
Yep.
see this?
The ship.
You all see as he's handed the bucket, giggles mischievously. and
Can
wanders off with
Narum
the
try
bucket.
to restrain him?
What is this deal in buckets?
He is bucket sexual. We just need to get that out of the way. He's bucket sexual.
Hey, you know what? Whatever
Oh.
floats his boat, as long as he's not hurting anybody or displaying that publicly. And
What happens on the boat stays on the
Oh
boat.
jeez.
What I
He's
do with
about
my
to take
bucket.
that bucket and do naughty things to it. Don't worry about it.
He's gonna fucking
What I
drill a
do-
hole into it and then. Oh,
It
jeez.
ain't just water that bucket's gonna be full of when he's done.
Oh,
Oh,
god.
No!
What happens in the bucket stays in the
don't worry
bucket.
about it.
For those in the audience, this is not a PG-13 film. I
This-
thank you for your regards.
This never was PG-13.
I'm still confused by your statement.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not. I'm just stating that I am clearly confused.
Don't worry about it.
How Hope, how are you in Beth? The most innocent people here.
I don't know.
You
What do you
both
mean?
audibly blush. It's like
Oh. You know, it's funny you say that because, like, a couple days ago, my friend was telling me about that, and I'm just like, oh, what do you mean?
all right, back to the campaign. So, as Rowan sneaks off, Niram, go ahead and make an athletics check as you go up and try and surprise, restrain Rowan as he's trying to sneak off with his bucket
That's a
across this small
16.
gap. 16.
11 plus 5.
Rowan, I would like you to make a athletics or acrobatics check at
I will
disadvantage.
be choosing acrobatics.
This will be at disadvantage because it's kind of a surprise since you were wholly focused on the bucket.
Oh,
come this
fuck!
whole everything was okay, then everything kind of fucked up once he got a bucket. Everything was okay, then he got a bucket.
First
hell.
roll's a nat 20. Second roll is a 10 plus 5, so 15.
Alright, so as you're holding onto the bucket, you feel two large, big arms encircle around you and you can't move, but you manage to not lose the bucket. It's still in your hands.
I would just in a deadly serious crowd, just, Niram, let me go. Let me go.
Will not go. You just see this mass of black goo behind you because you still didn't get to clean up.
The smell hits you first, and then you just see this black dragonborn completely covered in almost like an oil-like substance, holding you with two arms pretty much larger than your legs, holding you. I think he's about like 2 feet taller than you, and he's currently around you.
Niram, if you don't let me go, we'll repeat what happened at the tavern, but inside of a boat.
Try me. He will not let go.
I am very much debating Castor Thunderwave right now, but I feel that we'll just sink the boat. Let's not do that.
I have to turn the party against you.
Can I try and just, grab the bucket, bring it backwards, and put it onto his head? Just, Skyrim guard style. When you're about to steal from something, just put a bucket on his head.
You could try.
I would like to try.
Make it a disadvantage, as you're currently restrained. This will be... Make an athletics check.
Alright, that's a 13 plus 3, 16, and a 9 plus 3, 12.
12, alright.
See, I am learning math.
What is your, what's your base passive wisdom?
My passive wisdom is 10.
Okay. So as you're holding on to him, you feel him shift in your grasp, and he's bringing the bucket up. You just manage to get out of the way, but he kind of clocks you in the side of the face with the bucket. So you feel a doop as it's just like, ow. Oh. You get hit in the side of the face with this bucket.
I have a very bad idea.
I have an even worse idea. What is the bucket made out of?
Wood.
Woods. Okay.
Did you want to heat metal it?
I'm thinking of at some point getting a bucket made out of metal with a wooden handle, just having a battle bucket, heating it up with heat metal, just swinging it around for fire damage.
Well, that's the thing with heat metal, you have a chance of breaking whatever it is that you have.
I know. I shall get several buckets for that specific reason.
If I could, I would like to use all of my movement to move Rowan to where all the black goo is.
Okay. So if
Just
you're
like dragging
him down, you're dragging him with the bucket down the stairs. towards the goo that is currently lathering the walls. Clyde, you actually have a bit on your face.
Ah,
Yeah, it got on you too.
damn it. You know what? He can just jump overboard later. It'll be fine.
And
Now,
I'm here to hold on to a rope or
do
something.
we arrive there without him escaping my grasp?
Really quick question. Are my hands still free?
somewhat, but you are holding onto the bucket.
Alright, could I... Fuck! Okay, no, I'm not letting go of my bucket!
Clyde looks over to him and just shakes his head as he goes back to cleaning because he doesn't want to deal with the bucket situation.
Clyde, you managed to find another bucket. You've gotten a sponge and started scrubbing the goo.
The bucket situation is only about to get worse. Naren would like to just dunk Rowan into the fucking goo.
Alright,
Oh,
as you take Rowan, you flip him over and just smear his face. Pretty much like almost like in an RKO. You pick him up and smear his face into the black ichor and
this
bile.
poor man.
And now
I
clean
can see
up.
this.
Alright, I would like to...
Remind me not to make fucking behemoth Jesus.
I would like to, start cleaning, putting the goo into the bucket, and then, storing the bucket away somewhere where no one else can find it, grabbing a different bucket. I will save that bucket full of goo for later use.
Okay, so
It's pretty hard to hide something
make
that's
a sleight of
free.
hand check. Make a sleight of hand check.
I got you, homie.
I want
Yeah,
to
really
roll one so
A
bad.
17? Wait, no. 19.
I'm sorry, hold on. Wouldn't it be really hard to hide that bucket because it would reek?
I just need to hide it for a couple of minutes.
Yes. It would be a bit hard to hide it, but depending
I
upon
just
what
want
he
to
needs
hide
to
it for a
do.
couple of minutes until everyone forgets about the fact that I have, a bucket full of goo.
Us will.
Because it's not something that, everyone would have actively on their mind at all points of time.
But yes, the smell down here is horrible. It's not puking, but it's definitely more of it's hitting you hard. There's like every time you like forget to not breathe through your nose, it's like you need to gag. It's like shit. And it takes you a few moments.
I have a question.
Yes.
What kind of herbs do we have? And is there a way to air out the ship?
You could try opening up a couple of portholes, sure.
I was about
Yeah,
to say, the
first
thing
we
came in
have-
through a window. I think we have some windows.
Fair. I'd like to open up a few portholes, and do we have like basil or rosemary or something?
They burned
mint.
when the fire in the kitchen happened. I have to... Night.
Just set off like a firecracker in their house.
Yeah, I apologize. I need to head off tonight.
That's all right.
Bye.
We will
All right.
catch you later, our favorite Spaniard.
See ya next week.
Bye.
As
I'm
you
only
hide
your
the bucket
favorite
away.
Spaniard because I'm the only Spaniard.
Exactly.
I can cry in Spanish.
I've known too many Spaniards.
The
A little
not
movie reference there for you. It's I'm sorry.
Hey, no, get the fuck out!
What?
Alright,
Jesus Christ.
I will see you.
Is everything okay? Like before you go, like
Did Luna just
My
fucking barge
cat.
into your room?
My cat was trying to jump out of the window.
Oh,
Fuck.
Alright, see you next week.
See you later.
Yeah.
See you.
hey.
All right.
Sad.
So Rowan takes off, and he's currently grumbling as he's scrubbing into this black ichor that is covering the ship, just grumbling about. I swear to Christ, I will banhammer whoever is fucking with the dice again. Now, as we get back to it. So, as cleaning the ship goes, you open a couple of portholes, and the ship, over the next course of about 2-3 days, starts airing out. The smell is still there, and it's bad.
Can we like make air fresheners or something?
You could certainly
Speaking of
try.
Speaking of which,
Yes, Zora.
I think I can do something exactly like that with my magical tinkering if I have a tiny object. Let me just quickly see here. An object will emit an odor or nonverbal sound. That can be
A non-verbal sound. I think that's a pretty verbal sound.
That can be heard or smelt 10 feet away.
Okay. And what are you going to make?
Well, I'm gonna first of all look for something small, so like a tiny object, so
Okay.
like a rock or something.
Just make a general investigation check.
Right. Where's that dice going? It's going places. There it is. Okay. Investigation. That's a 17.
17. You managed to find a small, almost like ashtray, a small hockey puck of metal.
Okay. I'm going to then just use my just touch it with my tinkering tools and kind of just magically infuse it with to like make to emit a lavender smell.
A lavender, all right. Let's say you can do that over the course of a day, just sitting down with your tinkering tools and starting to slowly magically imbue this small object with the correct runes. By the end of the day, the ship, or the bottom portion of the ship that had been sprayed with the goo that is now clean somewhat, now smells of a lavender scent.
Hey, Zoram did something nice.
Zora made a shiny hockey puck now.
Shiny hockey puck. I really wanted that shiny rock so that way I could figure out what it was.
Maybe if you had explored the ship, you might have found some more out, but who knows? Nobody knows
What?
anymore.
I didn't want to get trapped on the ship.
So, eventually, over the course of the next about 7 days, the sea is calm. Nothing pursues you. The weather is fair. The sun is beautiful.
Is the cargo safe and secure? Like, was he cleaned up? I'm assuming it's a he.
They were cleaned up, yes.
Okay.
They were. You made sure of that. You made sure they were okay.
Mhm.
On the 7th day, as you pull on the last breeze, you see just about another half day of sailing out is the Iris. I believe you have been here before. You see the very large cliffside keep and the cliffside palace of Port Ivy. And you see them off in the distance with their glowing banners and the small specks of white that are seagulls that fly around. You see the puffs of smoke on the horizon from smiths. You see the general outcomings and goings of other traffic. And for once, you actually manage to pass by another ship that passes maybe about 300 feet away from you, another merchantman.
We just sail by without trying to draw attention to ourselves.
Okay.
At
So
least that's what I hope we do.
we shall see.
Let's set off a firework.
We shall see. We shall see.
Knowing you guys, I wouldn't be surprised.
You say, see who play.
All right. Now, currently, as you sail to the port, you spend another half day, about 7th and a half day now. You look forward and you see all along the horizon is the large and bustling city of Port Ivy. You see to the left, which would be to the northern side, you see a large towering fortress on the cliffside keep. You see that along the strait that leads into the port, you see the cliff comes out almost bulbously like a dog leg and then curves back in. And you see that's where the fortress is built.
Mm-hmm.
To the south or to the southern end, you see the almost gubernatorial palace, a familiar line of almost a fortress tower and walls align the same end, but not as heavily as it is on the northern end. You see leading inward, you see the breakwaters so that no massive tide or wave would break and hurt any of the shipping. You see hundreds, if not thousands, of houses built on top of each other. You see the port itself and the docks are covered in merchants, sellers, goods peddlers. You even see a mixture of what looks to be a large whaler that is currently in the process of gutting a large whale. As you sail into port, eventually a small tug comes out and meets you and pulls you forward. And it takes about 3 hours, as it's currently now just about, say, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As the ship is brought into port, a rather gangly and tall man with two spectacles that are rather small for his eyes walk up. He seems to be maybe in his early 40s, late 30s. But he looks battered, old, and weathered. And he walks up. Ah, welcome to Port Ivy. We need your docking fee, please.
What's the docking fee?
Your docking fee for this size vessel would be running you about 15 gold pieces. You see he's currently with what look to be about 3 other gentlemen, but most of them seem to be wearing a leather armor and lightly armed.
Can I tell if they're actually here to collect a docking fee or not? Or
Make an insight check.
Okay, gotta reroll that because that was cocked. Okay. What is my insight? Stairs?
I didn't know stairs could be an insight.
Yeah, neither did I. Insight. That's +2, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right. From what you can tell of this individual, they seem to be straightforward, seem to be telling the truth, and they seem to be here on official business.
Okay. I'm not gonna really stand in their way, so just kind of let this happen.
All right, so you standing in the way, or standing out of the way more of, make sure that these dock tenders don't have any harrow or hassle getting through. Currently, as Iris, are you paying the fee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You hand over the 15 gold. You may subtract that from your purse.
Actually, was I actually able to get the golden bars put into the golden pieces themselves, like gold?
Yes, you were. You were able to get those exchanged.
So exactly how much is that? Because I only did, if I remember correctly, I only did 1 gold bar.
Okay.
I have
So how many
4.
bars did you have? How many bars did you have?
We had 5, if I remember correctly.
All right. So for the 5 bars, each run you about 100 gold.
Okay.
So you would have just about 600 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Well, I only exchanged 1. The rest are still in bar form.
Okay. So then you would have 100 gold pieces, minus anything you spent.
Right. Yeah, I hand him over the pieces.
Handing over the 15 gold pieces, he takes them from you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your stay in Port Ivy, Mrs.
O'Malley.
O'Malley. Certainly. Scrolls it now. You may find any sort of abode or accommodations further in the city. If you're looking for cheap, you're looking for the Pillows Inn. If you're looking for comfort, look for the Temple of Soon. If you are looking for anything cheap and relatively well slept, you have the Bedrock Inn. And he gives you a nod. And he starts heading down the gangplank.
Thank you.
So, just so that way I am kind of aware of our current situation, we're in the Ming Empire?
No.
Or
Kanyar.
the Kanyar. Okay.
K-M-Y-A-R.
I was like looking at the map and I was just trying to make sure like I kind of knew
Here,
where
I will start a stream for you on where you guys are at the moment. Okay, let me pull up the map. This would be all right. When all's fails, just go to lore. You can find page 2 lore. All right. So, if you are currently looking at the map, I will start a stream for you. Share screen. Share my screen. Please. On the map, if you are looking, currently you were sailing from this area over here, just east of the Empire of Ming. You then sailed south and then northeast and then back down south to this area here, this outline there. That cliff area is where Port Ivy is. That entire area is Port Ivy.
Okay.
Is that understandable?
Yep.
All right. This is a large city. So, pulling in as the man walks off with his small group of what seem to be guards. You stand there. The sounds of the docks are there. There are ships coming in and going out. The smells of fresh food, baker's goods, oil, fish, people, birds, bird crap, everything is currently filling up.
Ryoka would like to go over to Iris and be like, "Where are we supposed to be taking the cargo again?"
Could I roll a memory or?
You remember, based upon the definitions of your contract, you were just to bring them here, and you would be met by a representative of either Sir Brokenridge or of one of the emissaries or delegates of the Ming Empire in the city.
Okay. That's what I relayed to Ryoka. We're just supposed to wait, essentially.
Right. Okay. Ryoka goes to just wait on the ship and keep an eye out.
Make a perception check.
19.
just about 4 or 5 hours later, so it's getting to be the evening, you see a rather older gentleman coming forward, the salt and pepper beard coming down to just about where his collarbone meets his neck. And you see he has a slight eye patch over one eye, balding head, and he is most definitely wearing the colors of me. And he is walking forward. You see he has currently a small group of guards with him. And as he paces forward, he looks a bit lost, but then he looks towards your ship and asks somebody. And the somebody seems to be the same gangly man you had run into before. And the conversation is short. The balding man with the eye patch walks forward, and as he walks up the gangplank, your permission to come aboard.
Could you repeat that, please?
Your permission to come aboard.
Of course. Or wait, no, actually, hold on. I'm gonna ask what he's with.
I am a delegation party of the Ming Empire. If
Of
there
course.
is a accommodation that can be served, I believe it is, in this instance, I believe you have something of the Ming Empire.
Yes. Right this way.
Thank you.
I feel like I should be asking for credentials just so that way I can be like, haha, I was actually smart.
You
But
can
I'm just
always
goofy.
ask.
Can I
Actually,
this lying?
Make
Can-
an insight check.
do you have any? I'm so sorry. The music is so loud. I gotta lower it. My brain's not.
Just turn it down. I know it's very loud, so turn both down. I always keep them low.
No, they are low. It's just it got really loud.
That's a 18.
18. Hard to read, but definitely seems to be meaning business.
Can Ryoka go to below deck to the cargo and be like, hey, I think that the people here to take you are here?
And you kind of hear this little of a final kind of almost mixture of relief and nervousness, but you can't really tell. Again, the sound is very monotone. You can't tell if it's a male or female.
I feel like we're giving this person up to die right now, and
Right.
I would like to ask the man for his does he have like any papers or credentials?
As you stop and turn around, he stops. I thought we were heading below deck.
I just want to make sure. Just keep my mind at ease.
By all means, how might I be assistance to you in this endeavor?
Do you have any proof of who you say that you are? Just to make sure.
Certainly. And he brings out from a small satchel underneath his robes that are very ornate. He pulls out a small ring of papers and hands them to you. As you unsheath them and file through them, they seem to be papers of a delegation of me.
Mm-hmm. I put them back as neatly as I found them.
All right, you
thank you.
put them back together, fold them back, and put the ring back around them and hand them back to him. He nods and puts them back. I hope that will suffice.
It does. Thank you so much. Again, just want to make sure.
Certainly. You can never be too sure.
And I go and take care of everything. Just bring him down.
You bring him down, and eventually the special cargo stands up and walks out and stands there with Ryoka. They stand there as the balding man with the eye patch walks down. And not stumbles, but he precariously walks forward and keeps himself almost with an air about him of he knows what he's doing and he's here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he meets with Ryoka, who's currently standing in front of the door. I believe this is not the door. When he looks over to you, Iris, if this is the place you are keeping the arrangement.
You cut out for me. I'm so sorry.
I believe this is the place you were referring to with your deal you have made, or some sort of concession, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
Would you mind allowing me to see?
Ryoka steps aside.
You step aside. He opens the door and steps through and looks. Leans back out, closes the door. This is well found. It is the proper cargo. I see that not much is happened to them. I hope whatever it is that covers their cloak is not theirs, or anything that has
It's
happened
not.
to it.
We can assure you, it's not.
It is
Yeah.
not. We had a bit
Very
of an
good.
issue, so everything was taken care of, though.
Very good, very good. I believe your
Just-
payment should be here. You will get it from GER up on the top.
We were, we were prepaid.
Captain, fuck.
No.
Understandable.
No, we weren't prepaid. That
I'm
was
going to
from
do
a
this
different
deal-
captain.
Make a deception check, Ryoka. At disadvantage. At disadvantage.
I wanted to do
Deception-
this respectably.
Deception at disadvantage? Okay!
Watch her get 2 natural 20s.
Well, the first one's a 15, so...
Right, man, thinking about this, and
Second one's a 13, so 16!
16.
But I'd like to kind of point out something. Iris is a pirate.
Iris is a pirate and
besides
trying to do
his-
things respectfully.
Yeah.
Some pirate
Also,
she is.
Look,
Also,
man,
we were
the
prepaid.
proper one.
We were paid for a different job,
The-
Iris,
the-
not this one.
The man with the eye patch kind of looks at you and tilts his head. I assume your captain knows the information better than you would, and I apologize if I assumed too much.
My captain is she got a little drunk last night and is forgetful.
Right. I will keep that in mind.
Iris. Let's do this.
You know what? Clyde's just gonna chime up from the background, probably still trying to clean up the goo, being like, "Captain's right, we were paid."
What the fuck? No, you're supposed to agree. You're supposed to agree with Ryoka.
Literally stab you with a dart.
Holy shit!
You currently have Clyde as Clyde's working and scrubbing what's left of the goo off the ship. And as this happens, Clyde turns over. Yeah, we were paid. And you see Ryoka starts fuming with anger and rage.
Ryoka gets her 50 feet of rope and starts storming to where Clyde is. I'm good.
Grabbing the rope and
I'm
heading
so
way over
glad I'm
towards
above
Clyde.
deck.
As
I'm
you
so glad that Nero never says anything about actually important things.
I like
as
to
you start
think.
menacingly handling your rope, heading forward towards Clyde as cargo is exchanged.
Can
As
Clyde?
the cargo is exchanged, as the eye patch does leave with the cloaked figure without really another word.
I like to think that
I-
Zoram and Narum are just above deck, they're blissfully unaware of what's going on.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long does it cast to do feather? How long does it take to cast feather falling?
In action, I believe.
Why are you
Okay,
casting-
because what I want to do is I want to have Clyde move to the side of the ship, cast feather fall while he's moving, and basically jump off of the ship onto the deck and book it.
You mean the dock?
Yes, the dock.
You do realize that Ryoka has 10 more movement speed than you, and then another 10 if I cast a key point.
if he runs fast enough, maybe he can. Maybe
That's not how it
Yeah,
works.
that's not
not-
how that works. I have 80 movement speed if I sprint.
I think you're kind of boned.
As the man with the eye patch heads up to the top with the cargo in tow. He turns around, Iris, as you follow him up, and he gives a slight curt nod, and that almost mixes in with a bow.
Before he leaves, I ask if he needs any assistance escorting them to wherever it is that they're going.
No, that will be unnecessary. We have all of the procurements and all of the necessary instruments in place. I thank you for your
Instruments?
responsibility and your ability of getting this precious cargo here.
May I ask what you mean by instruments? Not to pry. I know I probably shouldn't be asking. It's just
They're of little
interesting.
concern, but they are instruments that make sure that this cargo remains safe throughout the city.
Understood.
I feel bad for whoever the cargo is, just constantly being called cargo.
Yeah.
I'm going to just kind of, just happily sit on the deck and hope that I pretend I don't exist.
Thank you. If you need our services again, just let us know.
You
I'm
get
just
a nod. And they take off. The guards with them, heading off down the dock. And as they do so, I believe we will end it there for today.
Look at that, we did something without
I
everything
just
breaking
felt
down.
Everything's
Wow!
on fire.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen,
We
did
leveled up.
welcome to the 4th level.
Yay!
The ability score increase.
How do I level up to level 4?
All right. As we end it here, one sec. Let's just do this. I'll help. I'll help you out. Just give me a second.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the stream, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. I hope you laughed and cried as we did. No, not as much crying, but still. I hope you enjoyed our fantastic one boob wonder, our fantastic glow stick dragonborn, our not so piratey captain Iris, and our very nifty with a pair of bagpipes. Our 2 bards, thank you kindly, and I do as well. Look forward to seeing you all next Saturday. If you can make it, I'd love to see you again. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If there are any comments or concerns, any questions, DM me, ping me, or even ask Behemoth, and he'll ask me for you. If you have any ideas on anything that might happen. Again, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, ciao for now.
Alright. Thanks for that outro, Grape. I just deafened myself. For anyone who's in the Discord call, just deafened myself because I'm talking about stuff and I don't want to interrupt you guys. You know. The outro's lovely. I just want to talk about some other stuff as well. Don't want to clog up the Discord, you know. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope next Saturday will be the next session. You know, life can always throw a fucking wrench or two, or like 10,000 in your wheels. But I hope everything goes smooth. I am probably not going to stream any more Final Fantasy VI today because I'm kind of burnt out right now. I will try to do the Soul Shrine tomorrow, and I will probably go and do Omega Weapon. Before I do that, though, I'm probably going to grind a bit, and yeah. If nothing else happens, and like no one else has any like wishes of what they want to see, like I'm probably just going to finish that tomorrow. By the way, anyone who's here, feel free to join my Discord server in case you want to fucking, like... Let me talk about some D&D things. Let's talk about some D&D things. Sorry, I'm fucking blind again, matches. I'm gonna check in my Discord server here in case anyone wants to like join the stream Discord because hey, yeah, I've got that shit. It's not good. No one ever talks there apparently, but hey, maybe we can change that, you know. But yeah, if I have anything to say about streams or anything, it's probably on there. If it's not on there, fucking DM me and scream in my face. I will probably respond. I hope at least. And yeah, hope you guys have fun. See ya.